Aid, I found him.
Yes, all of our fans are at Costco.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey, this is Ada.
And this is Stefan.
And welcome to Living Simply in Mexico, where we are in the midst of
Tequila tasting.
tackling tequila and chocolate cake. I tend to crave sipping tequila, really good tequila, and a little bit of Eulos Bakery has a really good chocolate cake. It's like these round chocolate cakes. And I don't know what it is about this combination, which is really, really good. We have started with the Clásico De Centinela.
Yes.
And this is
Not sponsored, but thank you, Raul.
yeah, this was given to us by Raul Romero, who is the son of Freddie Romero, who is one of the, kind of the really important historical architects of Vallarta back in kind of the heyday during the Hollywood kind of years with Elizabeth Taylor and all that. And so Raul is, you might know him, he actually manages the La Capella restaurant. So if you've ever been to that, that is the most iconic view.
So we're putting on a sunshade in our patio here. What do you think? I'm thinking it's pretty darn well built. Just getting started. Hey, birdie.
We had some construction done to our house, or we had some construction.
Every day.
It was supposed to be happening during the 2 months that we were not here. And they started the day we arrived.
Every day.
And it should be done probably next week when we're already.
Yes. I love the guys actually practicing my Spanish and stuff like that. But you wake up and you open up the curtain.
You're doing well.
And they're varnishing your wood outside. It was kind of weird. Eating in the rain at Langostino's. Even though the weather forecast says rain every day, it happens during just usually the evening hours.
Between about 4 and 6. Usually.
Between 4 and 6, and then it's fine after and it's fine before.
It's interesting because like tonight it didn't rain at all, but
No.
like last night it was coming down like cats and dogs, and it's kind of cool in the morning.
Oops.
Oh hey, watch
That's
out.
too early for that. Way too early for that.
I know. In the morning, like I'll walk over the edge and we can see the river and the Rio Quale, and so you can tell how much it rained in the mountains, because if the water is kind of clay colored, that's dirt. That's dirt from the mountains.
So you can see we had heavier rains last night, so you can see some brown over there. And the Rio Quale, you can see how it dumps in here. Today it seems to be going pretty much straight out, maybe a little bit to the left. But that's the stuff you stay away from if you're swimming.
Here's another little view of the Bistro restaurant, and kind of looking this direction. Or in the morning or before some of the little shops open up. But now, just past this bridge, we will be getting to the area where there's some, do some little shopping for your tchotchkes and such. It's kind of nice, it's shaded, so even during the hot time of year, it's still available.
Nice morning, about 7:30, I guess, maybe? Like that. Beautiful morning here in Puerto Vallarta. Calm, people swimming. How cool is that?
All right, how was that swim of yours?
Oh, gosh, it was a totally wonderful swim this morning. I've been dying to get out there. What's interesting, and you can tell it's kind of quiet, it's still probably 9 o'clock in the morning here on a Tuesday in the summertime, so pretty quiet. The reason why I went swimming is if you look at the water, it's relatively clear, which is good. And I wanted to take a little bit of note about that. I had a wonderful swim, but you may want to ask, how clean is the water? Well, back in, a decade ago or 5 years ago, you'd say Sayulita had really bad water and stay away from that. And Puerto Vallarta, unfortunately, is getting that reputation as well because of the sewer lines being broken and stuff coming down the Rio Quale. And if you look at the latest stats, the water is not clean. It's kind of like the worst water in the country. So why am I swimming? Well, if you zoom down on that map, what you'll see is the water comes out of the river. And number one, there hasn't been rain for a few days, heavy rains, so that kind of lightens it. And number two is you can really tell where that water is going. And so when they did the water samples, you can see that they took the samples in the dirty water. And if you look in those maps they have online, you can go over here on this beach, it's actually relatively clean. When we were down walking to Langostinos, of course, when it rains, what happens is the water, sometimes it floods out and it'll push the alligators out in the ocean, and they'll come back. Hey Joe, what are you thinking?
I am thinking this is a beautiful day in Paraiso.
Yes. All right, what do we got here? We got our buddy down there. He seems to be friendly.
There's a big one.
Yes, very big one.
Don't swim too close to the mouth of the river, basically.
Yes, exactly.
And you don't want to, and that's where actually that demarcation of the water color kind of lets you know where is the river water and not.
Yes.
So it's kind of like if you stay kind of away from that anyways, which you sort of would want to, you should be okay.
Yes. Oh, what is that? It's flying over there.
I don't know if it's on me.
No.
Oh, is it a dragon? No, what the hell?
It looks like a dragonfly, but I can't tell. It's weird.
It's like a vertical dragonfly. I'm not so sure about that.
That's bizarre.
It's
See what you want to see. That was the strangest thing.
It's like a helicopter dragonfly. Not quite sure what that's up to, but it's a vertical.
Yeah, that's the strangest thing.
I don't mind so much if they fly. I don't like jumping bugs. The jumping bugs get me, but that one was just flying around.
That's just weird.
I can swat away. Okay.
Okay. So
before you say anything else, can I have a little
more tequila?
Yeah. So now we're moving on to the Reposado.
Okay. So this is really good. This is like a guest gave us this. It's Siete Leguas, Reposado. So it's a little, it's a little bit more
more aged.
Aged, right, in barrels. But this is supposed to be a really good, kind of like a small batch, Siete Leguas.
Okay,
so
that's right.
Let us know if you know anything about this tequila, but it's yummy. Cheers.
Yeah, this one's good.
Is it? Oh, yummy. Yeah.
It's got some depth to it.
Yes. The one thing that we always have around here are animals. And the interesting thing about animals, we were sleeping, the first night Ada was here, we were sleeping, and we heard these little scratches. We didn't know what it was. Scratches coming from our vent of our on-demand water heater.
There is something inside of this. Well, what's interesting is okay, we're actually not sleeping in our usual room because they're doing all the construction that's taking place partially in our room.
Oh, and by the way, that's why we're here and not doing it during the day.
Yeah. And so, I'm hearing this noise in the closet. I got to get up, early because I got to get classes going on my platform. And I'm hearing I heard this little scratching noise in there, and I'm like, sounds like there was a critter in there. But I didn't think too much of it because I was like, oh, maybe it was a bat. I didn't know. And then, like, the next day, you heard it.
I heard it. So this is like day 2.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this is in the hot air exhaust of our on-demand water heater. So what's ever in there scratching is basically getting baked every time we get a hot water. And I felt really bad about that. And I'm trying to get a person to go check it out. And then realize it's like, you know what? It's best for me just to check it out. I didn't know what was in there. I thought it was
brave.
I thought it was something that was flowing in, maybe flew out, but no, it was down, stuck in there. And so I felt like, whatever it was, even if it was a rat, I didn't want it like baking in our hot water heater exhaust. And so, well, I decided to disassemble the exhaust and find the thing.
Yeah, I let you do that. Our daughter was the camera woman on that one.
Ada's over there in the pool, chillaxing. Probably a good place to be. So we don't know what it is. Rodent? Bat? Iguana? It may not be anything. It may climb up there and not want to come out. Great. that's a shitter.
What is it?
I don't see a thing. I think he's in the thing. Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, little buddy. There he is. Our little iguana guy. Oh. You okay? Here are my thoughts. There's a lot of cats in Puerto Vallarta. So I'm going to release him where he came from and hope for the best. And then once we get our contractor here, he'll seal off the vents so he doesn't fall down the vent again. All right, I left you some spinach. You're on your own now, buddy. Back to your normal business. Enjoy. An iguana on the iguana bridge. Where does he go? Just taking a little stroll with us? All right, we can do this. Oh, there you go. Smart move. As we're down here more, I'm still off of my job, so I'm still on COBRA for a little bit, but I don't have guaranteed health insurance. So one of the things we did is we put
and we actually got ourselves, we don't have dental and vision. Specifically.
We're on COBRA for health, but we took our daughter off of COBRA for health because she was getting, her cost was as much as one of us old farts was. So we put her on her college fund, but she didn't have vision or dental.
All right, heading down to Old Town. Our daughter's heading back to college tomorrow and realize that in November she's going to be due for some new contacts and such. So rather than have to deal with all of that in New York City, we figured we would check out optometry and her dental work here in PV. So she actually did go get her teeth cleaned. She said it was the easiest experience she's ever had. That was great. Had that done here, once again, all in Old Town, all walking distance. And yeah, so now it's time for the eyes. And apparently this place, if you, it's 500 pesos for an eye exam, and which you can get for free if you purchase glasses or contacts. She basically needs to just get her prescription for contacts, but we'll see. They've got something there. That's great. There we go. Well, see how this place is. All right, so pretty successful experience. Kind of spoke a combination of Spanish and English. They would have probably spoken all English if we would have started off in English, but I spoke Spanish to them, so they kind of continued with that with the visit. But anyways, pretty straightforward. Went in, they kind of did the eye exam, and she got her new prescription for contacts. It was pretty much right on where she has been. So no, overall good experience in terms of just cost. It was the exam, if you just got the exam, was like 500 pesos, and then if you actually order your contacts or get glasses with it, that's you're basically the exam fee is waived. So we are ordering a 6-month supply of contacts, AccuView, and it's going to end up being I think 1,800 pesos. So roughly 100, just a little under $100, I think, for 6 months worth of contacts and her exam. So I'd say that's a win. And that actually is where our daughter had her teeth done. She had a really great experience there. So anyways, this is over by the market. And just really quick, just for context too, on the dental cleaning, And all she had was dental cleaning. She didn't have an exam because she had just had her x-rays and stuff not too long, maybe about 6 months ago, or actually, yeah, at her last checkup. But so just for the cleaning, it was, I think it was 900 pesos, something like that. So overall, that's roughly what it cost. She adulted and went down there by herself, and she's like, that was the best. She actually said that was just the easiest dental experience she'd ever had. You know, it was comfortable. It was modern. She said it was, you know, it was all good for her.
Yeah, and I think what I was looking at is, and I did the research for the dentist.
And she walked there, so that was great. This was just in the
romantic zone, right?
Yeah, in the
Emiliano
Zapata.
Yeah, and I looked at it. I was looking for someone that wasn't a chain, but was a personally owned business. And the person had high. And we'll put the information, the link, in the notes here on YouTube. But I wanted someone that owned their own business, that was like a family-run business, and she had high ratings. And so it's like she went there, and it's like, yeah, you know, they lived on top. The little clinic was on the bottom. Mm-hmm. The daughter was always also going to dentist school to probably take over the business at some point. And so, yeah, she really enjoyed her time there, and it was really high quality. You're ready for number 3?
I'm ready for my last one.
Okay. All right. So I think we're kind of tracking okay.
All right. That one was good, though.
That was good. This is good stuff.
I enjoyed that one.
Siete Leguas. Reposado. Okay, so now what do we have? Oh, I think we got another Reposado here.
Another Reposado?
Yes, but this is a fancy bottle. Now, here's my take. I have no idea what it is. Tierra Sagrada? I think so.
I don't know why I'm letting him read it.
Reposado. This is really yummy too. But I always wonder about fancy bottles, you know, because, you know, sometimes more of the money's in the bottle than the tequila, but I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, the other thing with tequilas is, you know, there is sometimes those that are really tasty, it's because they do put additives in them. So
yes, like let me go get it.
Yeah, so that's kind of the thing to kind of watch.
This is really yummy tequila. Sorry, breaking up the thing, but Casamigos.
Yeah, well, this is your mass-produced.
This is mass-produced Costco. It's really yummy, but they add vanilla to it. Yeah. So that's why it's yummy. But it's really yummy if you want something smooth that goes down. So we always have that on hand because it's good sipping tequila. But it does.
How many tequilas have you had here? You're having some issues with your speech.
Sorry.
I guess it's that extra margarita.
It's the margarita that got me. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway,
and
I'm no longer working 9 to 5, so I can show my real self.
That's it.
Although I don't drink that much. Maybe that's
apparently though. I'm recruiting.
Problem.
We're having one of my colleagues is having a retreat here in January.
You go.
And she wanted to have somebody here she wanted to have like some wine tasting or tequila tasting. So I just recruited my husband. So
it's fun. It's fun sitting behind the bar.
Yeah. So our neighbor Ricardo actually works down. It's down at this little tequila place. It's right across from Los Arcos.
And we'll put a link to that too.
Yeah. There's a few little tequila tasting places, but he's always sitting out there, and he's awesome. His name is Ricardo. And they used to have in the little when you come in, it used to be a saddle. You'd sit on the saddle, but I think they had to get rid of it because too many people were falling off the saddle.
I was wondering about that.
But anyways, yeah, we're gonna get a lot of our tequila we've actually accumulated from that store. So we are going to get some good tequila from him and actually
do a tequila tasting.
And then Stefan's gonna be the tequila man and lead some tasting. So.
That'll be fun.
Good job.
Yay.
Okay.
And also, too, if you go down, again, I don't know the name of it, but we'll put the link to his store. If you ask for Ricardo and mention us, there's no sponsorship involved whatsoever, but he will love it, I'm sure. He's a great guy, and he knows his tequila, too.
That's a different, so this is Reposado, also, yes. A very different flavor than the other.
Ooh, yeah.
So this one has more of a caramel.
Yes, definitely.
Flavor to it.
Wish you guys were here tasting with us.
This is one of our favorite things to do when we have friends come here. Is like I said, just sort of set up.
Yeah, and this so far it's been we're drinking like a shot and a half for the entire evening, so It's not like we're going crazy.
And we've about a quarter of the chocolate cake. So the chocolate cake is probably worse for our health
than this. So anyway, the one thing that we wanted to mention, it was Ada's birthday. Happy birthday.
I'm having my cake.
Yeah, she never puts it. She doesn't tell anybody at work or no one. No gifts, nothing.
I hate gifts.
Yes. So, but it was Ada's birthday, and so we went out to.
I told him surprise me.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ada. Feliz cumpleaños a ti.
Then it's gonna go boom. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but I think it's Cafe Des. They pronounce the S, Des Artistas, I think. Let me know if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's close enough.
But anyway, we went there, and it was crazy because we made reservations, but they have a really beautiful garden area, beautiful inside area. But since it's the middle of summertime, it was a really small, quaint. I think there were like 3 or 4 groups of tables there with a live band, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, I mean there were less than 10 people in the restaurant that were actually customers.
Yeah.
And we were all in this one little room. So we felt like we were in this small little place, and it was great. Of course the service was great.
It's just tremendous.
The service is always wonderful there, regardless of what season it is. It was a really nice experience, and one of those places if you want to treat yourself and you have a little bit extra time, especially during high season when they have the art walk. It's right there on the art walk. Mm-hmm. And when the garden is all set, get your reservations for the garden if you can, because it's beautiful out in the garden. And like I said, they've got that other kind of covered area that's air conditioned inside, but literally borders the garden, so you're looking at it. So that's a good option too.
Yes. The last thing is your cooking.
My domestic activities. So
yes.
Yeah, I had a few domestic activities. So on the appetizer side, I'm getting pretty good at my hummus. So I made my Jalisco hummus, which is a little bit of my take from basically local ingredients. All right, so I'm gonna experiment a little bit today with my hummus. I'm gonna be making my Jalisco version of hummus that's gonna include some maybe some traditional ingredients, some not so traditional ingredients. So basically, started off with the dried chickpeas, soak those overnight, put them in the pressure cooker for 15 minutes, cooled them off in the fridge. So here they are, all ready and cooled off, ready to go. I've got my little tahina and some salt, some cumin, and this is going to be the little ingredient that makes us a little bit more Mexicana. And our little olive oil, and then I'm going to actually take some of the garlic. I'm going to roast it a little bit with the olive oil, and I don't have lemons, so this is going to be a little limier version. We'll see how that goes. We kind of messed up and bought some of the wrong type. We thought these were limes. I think they're Persian limes, but they taste kind of fruity, so I don't know. I might throw some of those in there. We'll see. We'll experiment. And then afterwards, we will enjoy them with some of our little cactus tostadas. So we'll see how it goes. Just because we can, we're gonna put some tahini. All right, so there's our final product. As we mentioned, here is our Jalisco hummus and our little carrot tray. So basically, I think in the end, if I were to say what a recipe is, I tried to kind of measure, so somewhat have it. I could reproduce it in the future. It was 1.5 cups of either of cooked chickpeas, or you could use canned chickpeas, and then a 1/4 cup of tahini, a 1/8 of a cup of olive oil, and three garlic cloves that I sauteed and kind of roasted them on the stove, and 1/8 to a 1/4 cup of the kind of the picante guacamole salsa, and then just kind of salt and kind of a few dashes of cumin. And then the water I used was actually you could just use some water. I actually used the water that I had cooked the chickpeas in, so it had a little bit more flavor in it, so I used that, but you can use water. And then I threw in like 3 ice cubes when I blended it, so it made it creamier. And then I sprinkled tahini on the top. So that's it. That's the Jalisco hummus. They had some red cabbage down at the grocery store, at the market, so I got ahead of that. And I was like, I love it when a lot of these places have like pickled onion and stuff. So I was just like, well, let's just do some pickled red cabbage. So I did some of that, and it was awesome. All right, I figured I would tell you how I made my pickled red cabbage, which actually, after a couple days, will look like this when we're done with it. But basically, I just took some red cabbage, sliced it really finely, washed it, put it into a jar with, I threw in a couple bay leaves, some garlic, some peppercorns, and then on the stove right now, I'm just waiting for it to cool before I pour it into this glass, just to be on the safe side. I boiled a 1 cup of water, 1 cup of vinegar. Yesterday I used apple cider, or a couple days ago I used apple cider vinegar with this. I'm just using regular white vinegar because I'm out of my apple cider vinegar. And with a tablespoon of salt and a tablespoon of sugar. And yeah, and as soon as that cools off just a little bit more, I will pour it into the jar, let it kind of sit to cool off a little further on the counter, and then into the fridge it'll go. And I'll probably, after a couple days, it'll be ready to eat, and really tasty with pretty much anything. All right, there we go. This is still pretty warm, but I just didn't want it boiling. Fill that jar up. All of our little guys there. And there we are. Pretty much perfect size. For those of you that shop at the Costco in Puerto Vallarta, there is a strawberry preserve that comes in these little jars. And I'm one of those jar savers. I'm probably, that's how you know I truly am product of my mom, not wasting anything. So anyways, yeah, we'll just let that cool off before I put it in the fridge, and yeah, and then it will turn out delicious like this.
It was really good.
And then the other thing was some the Jamaica water, like when you go and you have the water of the day, the agua fresca. And so you can purchase the little Jamaica leaves at the market, at Costco, wherever. I mean, they're pretty. You can find them all over. And so yeah, that's really. I made a few batches of that. All right. One of the things that I made, and I can show that later on, is some hibiscus tea, or Jamaica, or the Jamaica. And basically, you can buy these packages pretty much. Jamaica, pretty readily available around here. This happen to come from the Puerto Vallarta Costco. But basically, pretty easy to make. All you do is, you can boil it on the stove. I have an electric kettle, and I also have one of these little guys that goes into the kettle. So you want to put about a cup of the Jamaica flowers into, you want to rinse them first. So rinse it just to get whatever dust off of them. And then about a cup this is a 1.8 liter, so I filled it pretty much to the 1.8 after the leaves were in there. And I actually just found this little insert for it. So because my electric kettle has a strainer already in it, I guess you can see it, I just threw the petals right in here and brought it to a boil for about, I don't know, about 5 minutes or so, and then just let it cool off just a tiny bit. And then from there, I added, you can add whatever sweetener you want. I added about a, oh goodness, a quarter cup, like 4 tablespoons of allulose instead of sugar. And then it comes out to be a very, and then I put it in the fridge, and up, there we go. That is my result. So you can sweeten it as you need to. It's pretty tart, so it needs a little bit of sweetener, but this isn't strongly sweetened, but just enough for me. So anyways, that's how I make my Jamaica tea. It's really nice to actually make things that are local and you're using your local ingredients, and you know, even if you're taking a little bit of a different sort of slant to things. That hummus, we went through a lot of hummus.
Yes,
That actually, I think that was the favorite.
And although you're seeing us here drink tequila and chocolate cake, we're actually eating.
This is not our normal.
This is not our normal. We're eating a lot better than normal, and so Ada's cooking more, and the hummus was really yummy. I think that's all we got for this random group of tequila drinking. I still have a little bit more tequila left.
A little tiny bit.
We've got a little chocolate too.
A little bit of cake. I think we'll leave this little bit of cake. Maybe tomorrow night we'll have just that last little bit, a little celebratory before we leave.
Yes, exactly.
But I enjoyed all 3 of these. They were very different. So, and I think that's kind of the fun thing is sort of, yeah, when you have that opportunity to taste these you know, different flavors side by side, it's fun.
Yeah, and I think to leave you with this, and maybe this is the tequila talking, but just be kind of straightforward, is, you know, we do these videos, and if you've gone this far, power to you. We want to hang out.
I'm always like, who's still watching? 'Cause this stuff is boring.
But
I wouldn't be watching.
But,
I would have been off.
I totally would.
My squirrel brain would have been like, I'm out.
But anyway, there's a couple things. Is we really enjoy the comments in YouTube, and then also in the Facebook group. We really enjoy those just to kind of engage folks. We do this all for engaging. And on TikTok too, we do that. We're just playing with TikTok now. I don't really know. It's kind of a weird thing.
I actually started.
You doing lives on there?
I attempted, you know. So if anybody.
But that's on Be Well, Stay Well.
If any of you guys are on TikTok, yeah, but it's pretty much Living Simply content.
Yes.
I've been going through the history of Puerto Vallarta, all this stuff. Yeah, on my Be Well, Stay Well network TikTok. So at least while I'm here, when I'm down here, I talk all things Mexico, wellness, not tequila, but you know, just things that are kind of on my mind. So I did one. Yeah, it's usually early in the morning because that's when it's nice, it's quiet. You're still in bed. I need someone to talk to.
The reason why we do these videos is to engage folks, and when it comes to high season, it's just so awesome to meet new people and meet you guys on the street and maybe do some events together. One of the things that we are planning, this is going to be more for the other episode about how we're giving back and things of that nature, but we may be holding some charity events right here. And
possibly even a little mini wellness retreat.
Yes.
That was an idea that we had to kind of to help fundraise a little bit. So anyways, if any of that sounds interesting, especially if you happen to be down here, or maybe you're not down here, but it happens to fall sometime when you do.
Yes.
You know,
we'd love to meet up. We really do.
Yeah. So nothing's on the calendar yet, but if something like that really sounds interesting, like, oh my gosh, if I were there or if I could be there, yeah, let us know, see if we're on the right track. Because as mentioned, we want to be able to take our knowledge, take our strengths, do something with it that we can give back and that we can have a positive net influence for the community and for Mexico. So,
yep. And shout out to Joe, shout out to Jose and other people that we've known. Can't wait to see you during the high season. And I think for this episode, I'm done. We're done.
Woo!
Oop, I had a little bit in there.